Right, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about split testing your ads like a wizard. I apologize that it's 11:30 Eastern time. If anyone hops in, please let me know if you're here live so that way I know you can hear me. Um, I just want to make sure that I don't speak to into an empty microphone, that no one can hear me. So if anyone drops on, please leave a comment that you can hear me. That would be awesome. But we're going to be diving into split testing your ads like a wizard. So it's day 4. We've been going through some great stuff. We started out with ad copy strategy. Day 1, day 2, we talked about just getting started with Facebook in general and Facebook advertising. Day 3, Alex went crazy in depth with how to do some retargeting and targeting people on Facebook ads, which is just, I thought that video was amazing. I was just watching it actually, and it was awesome. So I hope you get a chance to watch that one. Today we're going to talk about split testing your Facebook ads. So why is this important? Well, you know, if you think about the old days when we did print advertising, right? You kind of just sent one advertisement in and it got put out there. Maybe you could have a few different variants, but we had a hard time tracking things. But with Facebook advertising and a lot of online advertising, we can actually split test. And what that means is that we can take one ad, which has a headline and copy and a picture, right? And then we can compare it to the same headline, the same copy, but with a different image. And we can track data and see which one performs better. And really, we're able to use this data to help us figure out which of the ads is actually connecting with our audience the most. So I want to dive in here in a second. I want to take you through how we do this. So if you feel comfortable, we're going to start with going to Facebook. Let me know if you can see this. You know what I think I'm going to have to do is what I'm going to do here. If you can't see this, let me know. I'm hoping that everyone can. So I'll check back and see if you can. But we're going to start with Facebook. It looks like you can because I can see it on my screen now. You're going to go to your Ads Manager tab. And again, if you feel lost already, I highly recommend going back to Alex's video on how to get started with Facebook ads and how to set up an account and all that kind of stuff. But we're inside of mine and we're in the into my personal account here. And I want to take you through a sample campaign that I did where I did some split testing for a potential affiliate course that I am a part of. So in here, let's say that we've created our first campaign, right? We've gone through, we've set up how to actually make an advertisement. And again, we're going to go through, if you feel like you're stuck or lost on those, I'm going to say go back to Alex's video where he dives into sort of how to get started and how to create your first ad. And once we get here though, we will have a campaign. And then what you have is what's called an ad set, right? So I'm going to go to this is the one I use, and I'm just going to dive in. So this is a sample campaign. And what it does is it takes me to the ad set, right? And what an ad set is we can actually start doing split testing here. And what this means is that we're going to have a certain audience that we want to reach at a certain price, whether daily, it could be lifetime, right? So daily is just what you pay per day. Lifetime is, let's say I want to spend $100 total over a certain period of time. And what we're going to do, let's say you want to split test audiences, for example. You create your very first audience when you're making your first ad. And then what you can do is you can just do duplicate. And what we're going to do is we're going to do let me just double check here that I got this, doing this right. Boom. I think I got this wrong, guys. Give me one sec. I think what we want to do, if I don't remember this right, we want to create a new ad set. That's what we want to do. So, right, it would pull all of the same data that we already had in here. So the budget, you can go ahead and change the budget if you want, but it'll have the same ad, the same type of everything that you've put in for your first one. But now we could change our, let's say, our audience, right? And so Alex went through this, how we can change different audiences. So maybe instead of US people 40 to 60, we're going to change it to US 20 to 40 years old. And then I'll go in here and I'll actually change my age range to, 20 to 40. And then we'll go through all the things that Alex talked about with targeting. And I'm going to back up and go to, I'm just going to back out of this. So if you want to create multiple audiences, that is how you would do it. You could just go and create a new ad set, and then it'll allow you to create a new budget, and you're going to have multiple of those. Let me just make sure and see if there's any comments. Alex says, yep, looks clear, great. But what we're really going to focus on is the actual ads themselves. So I went ahead, when I ran this campaign, this is a friend of mine. She was on the Breaking Student Debt podcast. She has a course about scholarships for how students can get scholarships in school. Check real quick. Okay. And I am an affiliate of it. And so I thought it matches well with my brand, what we were doing. So I thought I'd run some campaigns. And now it has stopped, so you can't see the results, for example. But at one point there were results, and I could track them down if I really wanted to. But right now it's not active, so the results aren't showing. But it doesn't matter. Here's what I want to show. So when you make your first ad, it'll give you, just show up as one little ad right here. And this would have been I'll show you, this would have been the very first one that I made, called engagement, right? And how we can split test this, and the easiest way that we've found is that if you go up here and just hit duplicate, and what you want to do is you're going to go and you're going to edit this new duplicated ad. And now we can change. And so we like to organize by whether the copy changes, the image changes, or the headline changes. And so what this one I might do is say, this might be image 1, copy 1, and then let's say it's going to change. This could be headline 2, right? I'm going to make a new headline for this. So as you can see, the ad, everything in the ad has stayed the same picture, the same copy, right? Everything is it's the exact same copy of that first ad I made. But now I want to change the headline, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to start changing. I'm going to look for, let's see if I can figure out, you know what? Breaking Student Debt podcast. I'm not sure why it's not popping up here, but all right, so we're going to change this. Let's change the copy instead, since that'll be easier, right? So let's say we want to just change the copy, right? So this is still the same image, the same headline, and we're just going to change the copy, right? So now I can go ahead and I can keep the image the same, but I want to change the copy, right? And so maybe I'm going to say, I don't like this line. Hey, what if your high schooler could get $7,000 in her first year, right? Maybe I want to change these first 2 sentences. So instead of, hey, hardworking moms, does your daughter, let's say I'm targeting just, I would say, does your child need scholarship money for next year as they head off to college, right? Boom. So we've changed it, right? But, we could change this. I could say something like Jocelyn's, has a system. My friend Jocelyn's system costs $1 to check it out, and it's yielded on average over $7,000 in scholarships per student. Right, so just changing the copy, and then what I can do is you can see it change here, and I can do save and continue. I'm not sure if it'll let me since this isn't an active one, right? I can't place an order, but now I've created that, and so what I would do is I would click place order, right? and I can't because again it's not running. But I would do that, and what would happen is it would pop up right here below here. And so this is, for example, an example of one that I split, right? So you can see this is the same image as this very first one, and all I did was I changed the copy, right? So I had copy 1 and then copy 2. And you can see I went through here, and what I did was I did 2 different pictures, and I did 3 different copies, and I did that for a total of 6 splits in ad variants. Now what's cool about this, guys, is when you do this, this all goes under one ad set, right? And so all of those split tests go under this budget, right? And you can have different ads for different ad sets. And if that sounds very confusing, I'd say jump into our course, which dives deeper into this. I just want to make this quick so you can see how you can start testing this, right? So let's just think we're doing one ad set. You're going to test one audience. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start duplicating our very first ad, and we're going to change things like the image, and you could change it for a video. You could change the copy. You could change the headline, right? And you can do this over and over and over again. And here's the brilliant part. All of these then get split in terms of money spent towards just your daily budget or your lifetime budget, right? So in this case, we did $12 a day. I could make up to, I believe you can have, as far as I know, I've heard Alex has talked about at Body Smart, they have up to 50 variants going at once. You can do as many variants as you would like, right? So you could change the tiniest of words. You could do all kinds of stuff to tweak your split testing, right? And what's great about this is that Facebook is going to start with the algorithm. It'll start putting the most effective ads in front of people more often, and your cost per ad is going to go down. This relevance score will go up. So you want this to be high. This just means how many people are liking your stuff, and that it's reaching your target audience that you're trying to reach. And it'll tell you people taking action. And this is how we really hone in on what are the best ads that we're running. So I highly recommend, if you want to take some action this weekend, right? If you've run a Facebook ad before, or maybe you're about to for the first time, create your ad, your very first ad, right? And that'll lead you to here, and you'll have just one image, one copy, one headline, right? And then what you're going to do again is do duplicate. You're going to go down to this new one that it's going to create for you, and you're going to click edit. And now you can change anything within here. You can change your, I would always change the name just to keep track. So again, like this could be image 1, or let's just say this was video 1, copy 1, headline 1. And then I would do the exact same thing. I'd duplicate and say, let's say I wanted to change the headline in each one, headline 2 and headline 3, right? And then maybe I'd change all my videos to video 2 with copy 1, headline 1, video 3 with copy 1, headline 1. And it sounds like a lot of work, guys, but really all this auto-populates. So you don't have to go in and type all of it in again. You can just go and what Alex and I do, honestly, is, I don't know if I want to pull that up. I think it's our client's material. But what we do is we create a Word document that we create the 3 different variants that we want for the headline, the copy, and the image or video. And typically we'll do 3, which will lead us to about 27. Sometimes we do less, to like 12, just depending on what we think, if we have an idea of what will work and what won't work. But what's so cool about this is that ideas that we think will reach people, instead of running just one variant of your ad, I highly recommend at least running 9. Do 3 different variants of each, of at least 2 ads, run 9 different ones, see which one is striking with your audience, right? And that's going to dictate on your conversions and things like that. So if you found this helpful, just drop a comment below and let us know that this was helpful. If you want to know more about split testing and how you can sort of get into the ad sets of split testing your audiences, it's pretty much the same thing. You just go into your campaign and you create a new ad set like we talked about. And again, remember, all these duplicates within the one ad set are going to stay within your one budget. So your budget doesn't increase by split testing and creating new ads. It's just going to diversify which ones get shown in front of people, and then you can start tracking the data. So I want to see if I can do this without getting into someone's account, and I can show you some details. But maybe I'll save that for a different video, and I'll show you some of the results from split testing and how you can analyze them. So maybe we'll answer that tomorrow in the masterclass. Guys, tomorrow masterclass at 4:30 p.m. on Friday Eastern time if you want to hop in. I apologize this was so late at 11:30. Now it's 11:45 Eastern time. I just hope that this helps. I hope this gets your brain going. If you have more questions, let us know. So again, kind of an overview, and I apologize my brain's not working so well this late at night. But I hope you guys are doing great and start split testing your ads. You guys have a great night.